YNW Melly hopes that a new lawsuit filed on his behalf gets him out of prison. The lawsuit accuses the Broward Sheriff's Office of cruel treatment and violating his constitutional rights. The rapper, whose real name is Jamel Demons, is accused of murdering two of his childhood friends back in 2018. Now, he hasn't been able to see or speak to any of his family members for the last 3 years, according to the lawsuit.
I can get the shorter cord, because right there. You can get the longer cord.
Yeah, he finna be texting like this.
I'm good right here. Look, the cord. He finna be texting like that.
That's not the music cord. The music cord is short.
The time has finally come for YNW Melly to potentially be released from jail after spending multiple years behind bars. Recent reports reveal that a judge has ordered the Broward County Sheriff's Office to explain why YNW Melly should not be released from custody. They have 1 week to respond, and if they fail to meet the deadline, Melly could be home as soon as December 6th. This news follows a lawsuit filed by Melly's mother, Jamie King, against the Broward Sheriff's Office, accusing them of cruel treatment and demanding his immediate release. The lawsuit claims that Melly has been denied contact with his family for 3 years, forced to endure freezing cold conditions, inedible food, and complete isolation in a cell block. An interview with his mother paints a bleak picture of his life in jail, raising concerns about his well-being. She also expressed frustration over the fact that, despite receiving a mistrial in his first case and essentially beating the charges, Melly is still prohibited from leaving jail, using a phone, or even accessing his own mail.
Has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
Ron White reacted to the situation, expressing that YNW Melly should not be receiving any special treatment. He emphasized that Melly's current conditions are what he believes someone accused of such serious crimes should be living like. White's comments suggest little sympathy for Melly's claims, given the nature of the accusations against him.
The YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing, about being mistreated, when you done chose to play somebody.
This, however, deeply upset YNW Melly's mother, Jamie King. She revealed feeling absolutely heartbroken for her son, emphasizing that he is not even being treated as a human being inside the jail. Her frustration grew as she pointed out that despite receiving a mistrial in his first trial, Melly continues to endure inhumane conditions.
You saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
In response, the feds compiled a 6-page evidence file presenting their case to the judge on why YNW Melly should not be released from jail. This document included crucial new details, starting with what they claimed to be Melly's motive. According to the evidence, Melly was reportedly very close friends with King Von before his arrest. A member of the 4KT block, who was also close to King Von, recently revealed a conversation between the two. In this conversation, Melly allegedly sought King Von's advice on handling a situation where his two best friends were turning against him for financial gain. This revelation has added a significant layer to the prosecution's case against Melly.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Von was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
This situation worsened when investigators reviewed Melly's cell phone. It was discovered that just hours after the crime, He allegedly sent a text message admitting to his involvement. This new evidence could significantly undermine his case.
The PT Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
Additionally, investigators uncovered a saved video on YNW Melly's phone that had been taken from someone's Facebook Live. The footage, recorded just 6 hours after the crime, showed Melly and Borland reacting to the incident. In the video, the two were seen dancing in a parking lot, which has raised further questions about their behavior and mindset in the aftermath of such a serious event. This discovery has added even more weight to the evidence against Melly.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! The dog still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
The video further raised suspicions as it showed YNW Melly and Borland displaying no visible sadness or remorse for the loss of their two best friends, Sack Chaser and Juvie. Their lack of emotional response led the lead prosecutor to delve deeper into the physical evidence of the crime, particularly focusing on the Jeep they were driving. During the original trial, Sergeant Williams testified that the forensic evidence ruled out the possibility of a drive-by shooting, challenging the defense's claims and pointing to a more intentional act. This revelation has become a critical piece of the case against Melly.
You said 17 outside the car. How many rounds were inside the car?
3.
And can you exclude the for Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas as coming from outside of the car?
Yes. From the driver's side back seat.
As to the shot that Christopher Thomas, where did that come from?
Driver's side back seat.
Oh. Is it possible for there to have been 2 inside that car?
No.
Why not?
There is no time assignment, which is to determine if this is a drive. And my determination was that this is not a drive-by, and it's based upon this picture here, which is a very good picture to describe it. All of these rounds are done. One is done at a stationary position. At a stationary position when all but one of these rounds are going in. The one round that has some movement in it, which is round site L here, the actually moving in that to create the little bit of a that you see there.
Okay, a lot of information in that answer, so let's break it down a little bit. You mentioned so I'm gonna zoom in on.
Sergeant Williams further revealed that the crime must have occurred inside the Jeep they were driving, contradicting earlier claims of a drive-by shooting. This finding placed YNW Melly in even deeper trouble as Juvie's mother took the stand. Having known all 4 YNW members for over a decade, she provided a detailed account of who was present in the vehicle, adding a personal and emotional layer to the trial's proceedings. Her testimony reinforced the prosecution's narrative and added significant weight to their case.
And are you related to one of the victims in this case?
Yes, I am.
How's that?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
And is that a yes?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Jamel.
And Jamel, is that the defendant, Jamel Demons?
Yes, ma'am.
As the evidence files were presented, it was reported that YNW Melly's mother appeared visibly terrified, a reaction reminiscent of her fear during Melly's original trial. Following Melly's mistrial, his lawyers had requested that he be granted bond or placed under house arrest, hoping for his immediate release. However, the judge swiftly denied the request, ordering Melly to return to jail. This decision left his mother in tears, underscoring the emotional toll the ongoing legal battle has had on her.
Sorry.
This situation even caught the attention of notable figures in the rap industry. Rapper Boozy Badazz spoke out about the immense stress that Jamie King, YNW Melly's mother, has been enduring throughout the legal battle. His comments highlighted the emotional strain the case has placed on her, garnering sympathy and support from others in the music community.
She real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
YNW Melly's lawyers, however, were able to present a defense against the evidence submitted by the prosecutors. They argued strongly that, given the long delay until his retrial, it was unfair to keep Melly in jail. According to reports, YNW Melly's retrial is scheduled for September 2025. Jamie King, his mother, provided an update outside the courthouse, expressing her ongoing concern and frustration with the prolonged legal proceedings.
Free, he's coming home, guys. Just patience. So we did have court today, him and Bort, they both had court. And so basically the judge put a new trial date in for September 10th of 2025. Please make it make sense. I don't know. At this point, they need to just dismiss the case. So, and yeah, he still doesn't have phone calls. Still no visitation. He's still in the new facility all alone by himself, no contact. He's not allowed to have contact with any other inmates. They move him around with several guards.
Shortly after this, it was reported that the new judge listened to YNW Melly's lawyers regarding a bond release. However, with many moving pieces in the case, another delay is likely, meaning Melly's release could take some time. While Melly's defense team pushed for a resolution, the prosecutors were eager to end the matter quickly, contributing to the harsh conditions Melly has faced in jail. To make matters worse, they targeted Melly's partner, YNW Borland, who was recently thrown into jail, which could further complicate Melly's chances of release.
Co-defendant YNW Borland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with the witness.
In a shocking turn of events, YNW Borland's house was raided by the feds, and they discovered alarming paperwork stuffed into a suitcase. Among the documents was a piece of paper on which Borland had drawn detailed notes about the jurors from YNW Melly's original trial. These notes included descriptions of each juror, their potential names, and where they were sitting during the trial. This discovery has raised serious concerns, as it could indicate potential jury tampering, further complicating Melly's case and his chances of release.
For real, this is sloppy. Bortland, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Like, god damn. Holy sh. You know what I mean? Like, brother, like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be it, yo.
As YNW Melly faces the possibility of being sentenced to life in prison, the discovery of the notes raises further concerns. The paper, which Borland could have potentially passed on to street members for retaliation against the jurors, adds another layer of severity to the case. This is why jurors are typically kept anonymous and protected. When combined with the new charges Melly and Borland are facing, this situation is likely to create even more complications for Melly's defense and could significantly affect his chances of release.
The state filing 6 new charges against Demmons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a...
These new charges are tied to a major mistake made by YNW Borland, which was exposed by Juvie's father. He revealed that both Melly and Borland were involved in witness tampering. Specifically, they used code words to pressure Melly's ex-girlfriend into not testifying against him in the original trial. This revelation adds even more weight to the accusations against them and could seriously impact the outcome of Melly's legal situation.
Communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Like to me, they're going through extreme measures to try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom. And
YNW Melly's mother has been actively working to secure her son's release from jail. According to reports, a judge has ordered the Broward County Sheriff's Office to provide an explanation as to why Melly should not be released. They have 1 week to respond, and if they fail to meet the deadline, Melly could be free by December 6th. This comes after a new lawsuit was filed, with Melly suing the Broward Sheriff's Office for cruel treatment and demanding his immediate release. He also claims that he has been denied the opportunity to see or speak with any family members for the past 3 years. This situation has left Melly's mother devastated. She described his jail cell as cold, with no edible food and no human contact, creating a grim and isolating environment. She paints a disturbing picture of his life behind bars, suggesting that Melly might not last much longer under these conditions. Despite essentially beating the case after receiving a mistrial, Melly wasn't granted house arrest and was instead ordered to return to his cell, where he's denied basic privileges like phone calls and even the ability to view his own mail. The story that Dontavius Withers initially gave to the police raises significant concerns. At first, he claimed that he and Melly were in the red Mitsubishi when they left the studio, but later, after it was proven that he lied about his whereabouts, his story changed. The new version of events, where Melly was initially in the Jeep and then switched cars later on, only adds complexity to the case. Withers' changing testimony, especially the fact that he was later found with Melly at Fredo Bang's house, suggests that there may have been an effort to cover up or distort the truth. The lie about not knowing where Melly was and the conflicting details about their movements only deepen suspicions surrounding Melly's involvement in the crime. The evidence provided, including the security footage, cell phone records, and the discovery of a .40 caliber shell casing inside the Jeep, strongly supports the theory that the crime occurred inside the vehicle and not as a drive-by. The shell casing found in the back seat where Melly was sitting, along with the lack of any shell casings found outside the car, contradicts the idea of a drive-by shooting. This crucial piece of evidence points to the likelihood that the shots were fired from within the vehicle, implicating Melly and potentially Portland. Cell phone records further support this by confirming their locations and movements during the critical time frame. The details about the Jeep's route and the timing of the cell phone separation suggest that Melly and Portland might have been attempting to align their stories before going to the hospital. The FaceTime call where Melly claims they were victims of a drive-by further suggests that he was trying to mislead authorities about the events. The combination of these facts paints a troubling picture of Melly's involvement in the crime. The conflicting statements from witnesses and lies during the investigation raised suspicion, prompting law enforcement to act quickly. YNW Melly's public grieving on social media, claiming that jealousy led to the deaths of his friends, added to the complexity of the case. His continued public career, despite the tragic events, raised eyebrows, especially when he released a documentary that included personal details about Sack Chaser and Juvie, alongside his obsession with guns. The documentary's mention of how Melly and his friends were targeted in a drive-by just days after filming only deepened the mystery. Additionally, the release of the video where Melly explained the lyrics to his song Murder on My Mind, in which he discussed his love for guns and denied being a human murderer, seemed to mirror the events surrounding the deaths, making it appear as though his music may have had a chilling connection to the crime. These details have only made the case more complicated and suggest a deeper involvement in the tragedy. YNW Melly's rise to fame was rapid, especially with the success of his hit song Mixed Personalities, which dropped in 2019 while he was still incarcerated on weed charges. The song went viral, and his collaboration with Cole Bennett, a major figure in the music video scene, helped him gain widespread recognition. Just as Melly's career was taking off, the murder investigation involving his two friends, Sack Chaser and Juvie, came to a head. On February 13, 2019, less than a month after his song's success, a warrant was issued for Melly's arrest for their murders. He turned himself in, continuing to claim his innocence despite the mounting evidence against him. His fame and his legal troubles collided, and the situation only grew more complicated as his career blossomed alongside the investigation. Allegedly, Sack Chaser and Juvie were pressuring YNW Melly over financial disputes, believing that the YNW Group and Business LLC was meant to be split evenly at 25% each among the four members. However, Melly and his manager, Borland, reportedly disagreed, feeling that Sack Chaser and Juvie didn't deserve equal shares since they weren't performing shows or selling merchandise. If you're familiar with King Von's past and his approach to handling conflicts, you can probably infer the type of advice he might have given to Melly. 2 weeks after the release of the warrant for YNW Melly's arrest, new evidence emerged that further implicated him in the murder of Sack Chaser and Juvie. Police discovered that YNW Bortland, who was with Melly during the incident, had lied about the crime scene's location. Initially, Bortland had claimed the shooting occurred on Southwest 160th Street, but a canine search of the area revealed no evidence. Further investigation led police to a more rural location, where the canine found 8.40 caliber shell casings and 2 types of glass matching the front and rear passenger windows of the Jeep. This discovery confirmed that the actual crime scene was not where it was originally reported. To solidify their findings, police conducted a trajectory analysis using rods and strings to map out the flight paths of the projectiles. The results showed that this could not have been a drive-by shooting, significantly weakening Bortland's original account of events and providing further evidence that Melly may have been involved in the murders. As the investigation continued to unravel, the mounting evidence against YNW Melly and YNW Bortland painted a chilling picture of what really happened that fateful night. With each new detail, the truth behind the murder of Sack Chaser and Juvie becomes clearer, and the case against them grows stronger. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on this case and other trending stories. We'll be back with more as the situation unfolds. Stay tuned.